students. So I'm back with the word problems on ratio and proportion. Okay, so today we'll be discussing the various kinds of word problems which are based on ratio as well as proportion. Okay, so let's come to the first question. Koil saves rupees 65 out of every rupees 250 she earns. Okay, so what is the earning? Earning is rupees 250, and out of every 250 Koil saves rupees 65. So you have to write the ratio of the amount of money earned to the amount of money saved. Okay, so first one thing let us do, students, here let us write down all the details. Okay, so question number 1. So out of every rupees 250, so money earned is rupees 250. Okay, out of every rupees 250 she saves rupees 65. So money saved is rupees 65, right? And if she earns rupees 250 and saves rupees 65, then what is the money spent? Obviously money spent will be money earned minus money saved, right? So 10 minus 5, 5. So this is 4. 14 minus 6 is 8, right? So rupees 185 is the amount of money spent. Out of every 250 rupees, she spends 185 rupees and saves rupees 65. Clear? So now in the first bit, we are supposed to find out the ratio of the amount of money earned to the amount of money saved. So that means what here? Ratio of money earned to money saved. So here we cannot change the order. What I was going to tell you is that money earned by money saved. So what is the money earned? 250 by what is the money saved is 65. Okay, so now we can cancel it out. So that gives us 50 is to 13, right? So we reduce the simplest form now to find the ratio. As we know, ratio is the simplest form between two quantities of the same kind. Now let's come to bit number 2. Ratio of the money saved to the money spent. So ratio of money saved to money spent. So we have already calculated money spent, right? So money saved is 65 and money spent is 185. Clear? So 5, 13 is to 37. Okay, so here the order of order matters. Okay, so we cannot write 37 is to 13. Clear? The next question, 3 numbers A, B, C are in the ratio 1 by 2 is to 2 by 3 is to 3 by 4. Okay, so the second number we are given the ratio of the 3 numbers is in the form of fraction. 1 by 2 is to 2 by 3 is to 3 by 4. Okay, so and there's sum. The sum of the numbers is also given. Sum of the numbers is 276 when you add the 3 numbers, but we are not given the 3 numbers, we are given the ratio of the 3 numbers, right? So you have to find the numbers. So let us find out the ratio in the simplest form. That means what? So how to find the ratio? As I told you, what you have to do, just find the LCM of the denominators. So 2, 3 and 4, obviously the LCM will be 12, right? So let us multiply each fraction with the LCM. 2 by 3 multiplied to 12, 3 by 4 multiplied to 12. 2 6s are, 3 4s are, 4 3s are. So we got here 6 is to 8 is to 9. Okay, so this is the ratio. Okay, now students, there are 2 ways by which you can solve it. Okay, you must have learned it in your 6th class. What is that? The total parts method. We can find out the total parts. So in the total parts you are supposed to add all the ratios. 6 plus 8 plus 9, so that gives us 9 plus 8 17, 17 plus 6 23. Okay, so 23 parts Now first number is represented by the ratio 6. So 6 out of the total part multiplied to the sum of the three numbers, right? So this goes with 23, right? 23 ones are 23 and 23 twos are. So the first number is 72. Second number will be 8 out of 23 multiplied to 276. So again this goes with 12, that is 96. And third number will be 9 out of 23 multiplied to 276. So 12 nines are 108. You can add also and find whether the sum is 276. Yes, it's 276. Okay. And what is the other way around by which you can solve? So up to this much part will be similar, right? So instead of doing like this, what can you say? You can take the three numbers to be this is the other method, okay? Or, this is or. Let the three numbers be, as per the ratio, it's 6x, 8x and 9x, okay? Just multiply x. X is that constant with which you have to multiply all the ratios, because we know that ratio is the simplest form, right? So let the three numbers be this and this, and the sum of the three numbers is how much? 6x plus 8, that implies 6x plus 8x plus 9x is equal to 276. So 23x is equal to 276, that implies x is equal to 276 divided by 23, right? So this gives us x is equal to 12, and when I'm putting the values, the first number is 6x, that is 6 into 12, 72. Second number 8x, 8 into 12, 96. And third number will be 9x. 9 multiplied to 12, that is 108. So you can follow any one method and do it, but this part will be common to both. I think the idea is getting clear. Next question is, a tree of height 4.8 meter is broken into three pieces. One single tree, it was a single tree. The length of the tree, okay, the length of the tree was length of the tree, that means the original length of the tree. Before it was broken into pieces, the original length of the tree was 4.8 meter, but after it got broken into three pieces, the ratio of the lengths of the three pieces is 3:4:5. So students, as I told you in the second question, you can follow any one method. You can take it as x, or you can take it as you can find the total parts and find out the solution. Okay, the same manner you're going to do it. So ratio is how much? 3:4:5. So that means what? Let us take, in this case I'm going to take x. You can take it as total parts also. So let the lengths of the three pieces be 3x, 4x and 5x. Okay, and if you add all these three pieces, obviously you will get the total length of the tree. Yes, because this 4.8 meter was broken into three pieces. So if you add the three pieces, if the length of the three pieces is this, then we can write it as, implies that 3x plus 4x plus 5x is equal to 4.8. Yes, so 9, 10, 12x is equal to 4.8, or x is equal to 4.8 divided by 12. So easily it cancels out. So how much we're going to get here? 0.4. I think solving is not a confusion for you, right? So 0.4. Now we can find out the length of the first piece. Length of the first piece is 3x. 3x is 3 multiplied to 0.4. So you got here 1.2 meter, right? Length of the second piece will be 4x. 4 multiplied to 0.4 will give us 1.6 meter. And length of the third piece, right? Third piece is 5x. So 5x is same as 5 multiplied to 0.4, that is equal to 2.0 meter, which is same as 2 meter. You can add up and find out whether you're getting the answer correct. 6, 7, 8, 4.8. Yes, it's correct. Okay, I think the idea is getting quite clear. Now let's solve the next question. Divide rupees 2060 between 3 people X, Y, and Z. So there were 3 people X, Y, Z. We don't know who are they, but you have to divide a certain amount. That means what is the amount? Rupees 2060 among 3 people. Okay, so let us write down whatever information is given. So amount to be divided, is rupees 2060, okay, among 3 people X, Y, and Z. But the ratio is not given. Okay, the ratio is given in a different manner, such that X gets 3/5 of what Y gets. Okay, so how it is going to be distributed? X gets 3/5. 3/5 is 3/5 of what Y gets. So we can write it as X gets 3/5 of Y. Was whatever Y receives, so X receives 3/5 of whatever Y receives. 3/5 of whatever is the share of Y. Okay, so we can just convert it to ratio. We can bring this Y here, so it becomes X by Y is equal to 3/5, right? Or we can write it as, implies that I'm writing here, so that means we can represent it as X is to Y is 3/5, isn't it? X gets 3/5 of what Y gets. So we can just bring Y here. That means X by Y is equal to 3/5. So we got a ratio for X is to Y. What is the ratio of X is to Y? 3:5. Yes, but then there are 3 persons here, right? And the ratio of, and the share of Y to Z is given. Y to Z is 6:11. So what is the share? Y to Z is 6:11, right? So the ratio for Y to Z is given, and the ratio of X is to Y we have found out. Now just go back to the previous questions that you had solved. Now just we have to make this 6 and 5 equal, right? So we will multiply this with 6 and this with 5, if you recall. Yes. So now after multiplying, what do we get here? X is to Y will be, so when you're multiplying 6 5s are 30, so you have to multiply 6 with 3 also. So you got it, 18 is to 30, and here Y is to Z will be 30 is to 55. I think I have made myself very clear, right? Now we can find out the ratio for X is to Y is to Z, because this we need to find the ratio for X is to Y is to Z, then only we can distribute the amount among these 3 people. So 18 is for X, 30 is same for Y. Yes, Y here 30, here also Y is 30, and Z is 55. So now you can follow any one method and you can find out the share of each. Okay, so let's do by X. So let the shares be 18X, 30X and 55X, or you can go for the total parts method also, no problem. Okay, so that means 18X plus 30X plus 55X all together would be, the share of each will be equal to rupees. That means if you add the share of each person, each of the 3 persons, that is X, Y and Z, the share of X is this, the share of Y is this, and the share of Z is this, okay, is 2060. So let's add it. 103X is equal to 2060. So X will be equal to 2060 by 103. So this will go with 220. So X is equal to 20. Now after getting the value of X, we can easily find out. So the share of X is 18X. So multiply 18 into 20, 360 rupees, right? Share of Y is 30X. 30X is 30 multiplied to 20. That will give us rupees 600, correct? And share of Z is 55X. That means 55 multiplied to 20. So this gives us 1100. So question number 5. The ratio of the length to the breadth of a rectangle is 7:4. Okay, so what's given? Ratio of, you know that a rectangle has 4 sides. All of you know that, yes? So ratio of length to breadth is 7:4. That means 7 corresponds to length and 4 corresponds to breadth. Okay, so let's take, let the length be 7x and breadth be 4x. Yes, we can take it. Let the length be 7x and the breadth be 4x. And now what's given? The perimeter of the rectangle. Perimeter. By now you are clear with area, perimeter of the rectangle. You know it's 2 into L plus B. Perimeter of the rectangle, right? Perimeter of the rectangle is 220 meter. And you are supposed to find out the length of the rectangle, right? So we can find both length and breadth as well here. So perimeter of the rectangle is given, and we have taken the ratio of the length and breadth is given. The simplest form is given. You know that ratio is the simplest form. Okay. So now so we have taken the length to be 7x and the breadth to be 4x. So according to the question, perimeter is 220 meter. So that means what is the formula for perimeter, students? It's 2 multiplied to L plus B. So what is the value of perimeter given? 220 meter. So the formula for perimeter is 2 into L plus B. So that implies 2 multiplied to, what is length? Length is 7x. And what is breadth? Breadth is 4x. That is equal to 220. So we can find the value of x very easily now. 2 multiplied to this will be 11x is equal to 220. 22x is equal to 220. That implies x will be equal to 220 divided by 22. So we got here x is equal to 10. Now we can easily find out both the length and breadth. But what has the question asked you? Length. So therefore, length of the rectangle. So what is the length? 7x. So 7x is 7 multiplied to 10. So 70, and the unit will be meter. Clear? So here you are supposed to write the unit also. Okay. So this way you can solve this question. Clear? Question number 6. The lengths of 3 ribbons are in the ratio 4:3:5. So what is the ratio? 4:3:5. If the length of the shortest ribbon, so let us take, let the lengths, okay, so here the lengths of 3 ribbons, there are 3 ribbons, so let the lengths be 4x, 3x and 5x. Okay, so now students, if the lengths are 4x, 3x and 5x, obviously the value of x will be same for all. So which what do you think? Which among these 3 would represent the shortest ribbon? The length of the shortest ribbon would be represented by this 3x, obviously, because the value of x is same for all. And here in this case 3x represents the shortest length. So in the question it's given that the length of the shortest ribbon is 12 centimeter. That means we can write it as, that implies the shortest ribbon corresponds to 3x only, obviously. So 3x is equal to 12. So x will be equal to 12 by 3. So we got the value of x is 4, and with the help of this we can find the lengths of all the ribbons. But you are asked to find out the length of the longest ribbon. So obviously the longest ribbon will be 5x, because it's the greatest multiple here. You can see the greatest factor here. Yes or no? So 5x. So therefore length of the longest ribbon, we just got the value of x, is 5x, that is equal to 5 multiplied to 4, 20, and what's the unit? Centimeter, right? So this way you can find out the solution to this type of questions. Okay, now let's come to question number 7 now. The height of a student increases in the ratio 2:3. Okay, height increases in the ratio 2:3. That means what? 2 represents the previous height, the old height, and since there is an increase in the height, obviously 3 represents the increased height. Yes or no? As per the question, the height of a student is increasing. That means previously he was shorter and later on became taller by some centimeter, right? So that means 2 represents the old height and 3 represents the new height. The height at present is 140 centimeter. That means the present height here refers to the old height. Okay, the present height is 140 centimeter. Okay, so we are given the ratio and you have to find out the new height. So let the new height be x. Let the new height be x. So x is a variable here we have taken. Okay, so the present height of the student, present height is, let's write it like this, present height by new height. Present height by new height. So present height is represented by 2 because present height is less. New height is more, so it will be represented by 3. Clear? So now present height is 140. New height is x, that is equal to 2 by 3. Now easily we can find out the value for x. X will be 140 cross multiplication, remember, 140 multiplied to 3 divided by 2. So 2 7s are 14. So 210 centimeter is the new height of the student that you are supposed to find out. Clear? Now let's come to the last question for today. Similar kind. Ravi lost his weight in the ratio 5:3. Losing weight means old weight was greater than the new weight. Yes, that means older weight was more, right? So here we can see the ratio is 5:3, students. Yes. So obviously this 5 represents the old weight which was more and 3 represents the new weight which is less now, because Ravi has not gained weight but instead he has lost weight. So original weight is greater. Yes. So let's write original weight was 80 kilogram, right? So that means we can write it as original weight, or new old weight also you can write. Original weight by new weight. Okay? Original weight by new weight. So what is the original weight? Original weight is more. So which ratio represents the original weight? Obviously 5 represents the original weight. And new weight is less, so obviously 3 represents the new weight. So let the original weight, so original weight is already given, so 80 is the original weight. Let the new weight be x, 5 by 3. Now easily you can find out the value for x. 80 multiplied to 3 divided by 5. So that means 48 kilogram is the new weight of Ravi. That's after losing weight, now instead of weighing 80 kilogram, Ravi weighs 48 kilogram. So I hope, students, with this your idea about solving the questions, the word problems based on ratio and proportion must be quite clear. Please go through the video carefully, follow each and every step carefully, and the next video we'll be discussing some more word problems based on proportion. Okay? So till then, take care and study well.